Well, what is going on, guys, and welcome into the video. If you've been following my channel for any length of time, you know that I rarely say things that I'm about to say, but the setup is actually there and we need to discuss it, so I have to say it. This week could determine if there's light at the end of the tunnel of this crash, or if there's still a lot more to go and this is just the start of a much larger crash down. We have the biggest of the big dogs reporting like Apple, Google, and Amazon, and we had the Fed FOMC meeting this week as well. It's going to be the week that shapes the market for at least the next quarter, if not until the end of the year. So let's break down those earnings and what it means for the stock market and lay out the scenarios there for you so you know how Wall Street will react. And let's do the same thing with the Fed as well. And let's discuss a few things that are not getting any media attention right now and probably won't, to be honest. But you need to know the stuff that's happening behind the scenes that will happen. Seriously, guys, it happens every time. I just ask in exchange for you to gently tap that like button and consider subscribing too. It's super easy to do if you like the truth without the hype. Alright, so I'm going to lay out the 4 chaos points that, if they happen, will be just a disaster for the stock market. And one of them absolutely nobody's talking about, but it's very real and is in play, so we will talk about that too. So it's going to be a massive week in earnings this week as the big dogs report once again. And so far, earnings have been mixed, but you are seeing the standout companies starting to really kind of separate themselves from everybody else. But all eyes will be on Amazon for what the consumer is doing in regards to the economy, how our spending habits have been, and all that good stuff like that. Now, consumer sentiment is at a pretty low number right now. People can think the economy is completely in the toilet, just like consumer sentiment is actually showing. But if they are spending like normal at the same time, basically the actions are saying otherwise and the economy is still actually strong. So Amazon's earnings and of course guidance will give us our biggest clue to date on that. I mean, if it's bad or if they guide lower based on demand decreases, there is chaos point number 1 right there. Wall Street will also be looking at Google for what advertisers are spending and are they seeing a slowdown, and if so, by how much? Basically, it's a commentary on the health of businesses themselves. Healthy businesses spend more on advertising than they usually do, and when times are tough, they cut that advertising back. So not only will the numbers matter, but if the numbers are not so hot and they adjust guidance down significantly based on advertising coming in slow or even severely declining, that is going to be chaos point number 2, so we're basically halfway there. And then we have Apple, who has for 2 earnings calls in a row pulled a rabbit out of the hat with ridiculously high expectations, and everyone around them kind of basically missing left and right, and the market at some point being in free fall. There was Apple, who saved the day with incredible earnings. Can they go 3 in a row, or will it be chaos point number 3? Well, if Apple falters or sees significant weakness in their business, especially coming into the holiday season, expect them to finally fall, which will cause the entire market to fall, and there is chaos point number 3. And finally, we have the Fed. Oh boy, here we go. Basically, if the Fed shocks us this week and raises more than 0.75 to 1, look out is all I can say. It will be chaos point number 4. But why would they shock us? Well, it is simply because the behind the scenes stuff is going to dictate what the Fed does now and create that chaos point and the massive fall on stocks and make this chaos scenario kind of completely possible. And we'll get there and discuss the specifics in just a second, guys. I promise we'll get there. But if chaos reigns, you better be prepared because things will move fast. And if you think the media and YouTube and the market are all over the map right now and all over the past 6 months, really, they've been kind of crazy and all over the map, you have not seen anything yet, my friend. Prepare now for the chaos. You have time, so make sure you have laid out your plan and you are ready to go. And if this actually happens, you can also join me as I will go live with my private group immediately that day and stay live until every question's answered. I mean, I don't care if it's 1 hour, 6 hours, whatever. I will stay on until we get every question answered, just like when the Russia-Ukraine stuff kind of kicked off. And we actually do live streams every week when it's even green where I answer all your questions as well and a ton more. So make sure you join the Market Insiders private group where you can use the coupon code HODL to get a special discount on membership. But that code expires shortly if they don't sell out before then, so don't wait. No worries if that's not right for you, but prepare for it now. Don't wait until it happens and then go searching all the fear videos that will explode everywhere and try to figure out what to do. Because you will make mistakes, maybe even panic, instead of being able to calmly and coolly take advantage. So please don't let these green days lately lull you into a false sense of security. Plan and be prepared. So what is the behind the scenes that may create this scenario and will dictate what the Fed policy will be? It's actually something that nobody wants to talk about, but it has been a reality for every election cycle forever now. It's not a partisan issue, and both sides of the political aisle play the game. So please don't start with blaming one side or the other. They both do it every time, and they both are putting equal amounts of pressure on the Fed. Basically, the Fed will not want to be blamed for these midterm election results. Both sides will push the Fed policy to fit whatever narrative they need it to fit at that time to win, and that changes every election cycle, so yes, the politicians flip-flop. Shocking, I know it's shocking. But the Fed historically, through all the different political parties holding power, has been very accommodating leading up to an election cycle because they don't want to be involved. So because of this and the pressure they will feel very heavy in October and November, the Fed cannot be aggressive during those months. Now, slow down, whoa, that doesn't mean that they won't raise, but it won't be aggressive like it was the last meeting and like they probably want to be. What that means is the Fed has only a couple more chances to be aggressive before they have to be more accommodative due to the election cycle. Which means if they're really being serious about inflation and really trying to get it out, and it's still, kind of running wild out there, we could see a rate raise either this time or next time that goes beyond expectations and will shock the market. They have finally admitted they are behind, so they are having to be aggressive anyways, and not wanting to be part of the narrative in the election cycle means that they have to be aggressive before then in order to not be a part of that narrative when it actually goes down. Yes, they created this situation, but this is how they have to deal with it now and may create the super chaos cycle. Now, do I care about that or am I concerned at all? Honestly, no, I'm not, and I actually welcome it as they are just short-term headwinds that will give me some incredible discounts. This is how wealth is built through times like these. I mean, what? Suddenly Apple finally has a bad quarter and it's a terrible company and I should run from it when it goes on discount? The Fed plays a game with rate raises to stay out of the election cycle, but ends up in the same spot by the end of the year. They just kind of got there in all herky-jerky manner and all that sort of stuff. And now I'm supposed to believe that Tesla is not going to sell every car it produces? That's ridiculous. It will simply be an opportunity for those that are prepared and have a plan to take advantage, so please do that most of all. And if you want to have myself and a group of 6- and 7-figure investors helping you through this chaos, and you want direct access to me and to be on all those great live streams and a ton more, don't forget to check out the Market Insiders private group and use the coupon code HODL because it is expiring shortly for you to join, and you get to keep that coupon code forever as long as you stay a member, so don't miss out. And click this video here to see what I'm selling, and click this video here to see what I'm doing to make big money in this market. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.